Welcome back to Internet, guys. It's time for another light novel review. This one is pretty interesting. Welcome back to Internet, guys. This is brought to you by Yenon. This is Brunhild, the Dragonslayer. Yenon did send me this copy to review for you guys. It is a hardcover. I love when they're hardcover. Most of the time they're red. I've noticed that they really like having those red hardcover books. This is by Yoko Agarasaki. Um, I believe that she's done another dragon book. That I don't think it connects to this book at all, but she's in another one. Um, this is a standalone story. Um, could it continue? Possibly, but it does have a beginning and end. It is a very niche story. I will say that. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about why I think it's very niche, but it is one that should be considered because personally, I found it really interesting. It's not your typical light novel, so that's always a refresher. Now, before anything, guys, yes, check out YenPress and Yenon.com. Yenon is just their light novel division. They released all the light novels through Yenon and all the mangas through YenPress. So check them out through YenPress.com. They release quite a bit of stuff per month. So give them some love. Hopefully, we can see more and more stuff released for us these next few months as they add more stuff to their list. Also, if you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can follow me on social media and other places by checking the description below. Thank you so much for the love and support that you've shown thus far for all the videos that I've been posting this summer. Summer's almost over. Um, for me, it's basically starting. I'm finishing summer school right now. So yeah. Anyways, go check it out. All the videos, quite a bit of stuff. By now, I've done all the first impression videos for summer, so I'm excited because it's starting for me this week. But by now, all of them are posted. So yeah. Okay. Um, Brunhild, the Dragon Slayer. Well, the background story, which is essentially the base to the story because you have to really know about it, is that we have this girl right here who she essentially um she's not abandoned but essentially lost, and she is taken in by this dragon himself, and the dragon himself, um he's the dragon of Eden. Now it, it's a mixture of Christianity and I guess Abram based religious stories, because that would encompass Muslim Christianity and Judaism. So anyone's that believe in the Garden of Eden, that basically is kind of the background and foundation of this, with a mixture of, like, I believe is Germanic or what's the other one? Anglican background as well. So it's a little bit of mixture of both, but mainly the Abraham story is heavy heavy on this in the beginning. So it is kind of conservative with the belief system. There is some contemporary beliefs sporadically thrown in there as well. So it's kind of a mixture of them all, but mainly Christianity, Judaism, based religious belief system. So Brunhild being the girl, she's raised by this dragon who is in charge of this Eden, and in this world there's multiple Edens. Once the dragon dies, Eden dies with it, and essentially she is raised by this dragon, taught by this dragon, and this is years of her being there, more than a decade, her being there with the dragon, and I want to emphasize that because it's a long time, right? It's a very long time of him teaching her what's right, what's wrong, so on and so forth, how she can eventually get to heaven or the other world with him, right? Her biological father then arrives in Eden, kills the dragon, wants to take him in. Then the rest of the story essentially is her going back to civilization, back to humans, and building hatred against them so much of because of it's almost like her character is contemporary Christianity from some churches. I'm not all churches are like this, but where she grows such a hate for the people outside of her ideology that she she becomes what she hates, which is hatred, and she goes in this revenge um, spree, trying to revenge her father's death, or not her biological father, but her dragon father, um, and she herself, like she's with this dragon for more than a decade, learning about what's right and wrong. That kind of goes out the window. Like she reminds herself of like, well, my dragon father would have said this and that, but still throughout the entire story it's just tragedy against tragedy, and it's the entire time is like what happened with all the stuff that you just learned, right? So anyways, um it is not as gory as other stories. I think a reviewer online said it compared it to Overlord, that if this would be made into an anime, it would have the goriness of Overlord. I kind of agreed, Goblin Slayer Overlord level, but if it was an anime. I feel like the light novel it describes it, but doesn't describe it in such details as what Goblin Slayer was as a light novel. So I think it's still below those as a light novel. As an anime, it could definitely be up there because there is a lot of revenge. There's also another character, which is her brother, that kind of is like the contradictory of her belief system, as well as like he he's having to repay the sins of his father, which she goes for the father. I mean, she does, but he is still having to basically. He's left with all the aftermath essentially, and it's like it's a tragedy. So you're not gonna get your sweetness, your easy kai, your cute girls, your harem in this story. That's not what this story is about. Definitely a story of tragedy. I would say if you're into a little bit of suspense, tragic drama, this is definitely a story for you. If you're into like more of makes you think what's right, what's wrong, what moral system is correct. This is also good read. Again, it is a mixture of different belief systems, so I wouldn't say, oh yeah, if you're a Christian, you would definitely relate to it because I as a Christian can say not everything here per se is his Christian base, but it is highly influenced. So yeah, I found it really interesting. Go check it out. Like I said, it's a standalone. So once you buy this, you got the whole thing. Might as well. Brunhild, the Dragon Slayer. If you're looking for something different, this light novel is definitely the one that you're looking for. So go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. And I will see you next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.